Okay. Hey guys. I hope everyone can hear me. Hear me okay? Yeah. Welcome to our first event of the year, I guess. Our first virtual event of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. And yeah, 恭喜发财. Yes, yeah. That's how we greet um everybody on during the new year. All right. Glad you guys could join us. It's nice to see everybody here. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. And I think we can start, right? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we can start. All right, so I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Julian, and my co-host is,
Natchaya.
and we will be your host for today's event. So, um, I'll just explain a little bit about what the New Year or what this Chinese New Year is, and we can get started. So the Lunar New Year celebration is also known as the Moon Festival, and it's celebrated across the East and Southeast Asian countries. Well, mainly celebrated there, but um, currently today it's celebrated all across the world. And today we'll just learn a little bit about the history significance of this holiday. Here at Penn State, we're really lucky to have such a diverse set of students from all over the world. Um, some from China, some from Vietnam, some from Thailand, and like me, I'm from Malaysia, and even some right here in the US who also celebrate Chinese New Year. So we will get to hear a bit about how each culture celebrates the New Year differently, and yeah, we'll just have a great time today.
All right.
Natchaya, you want to introduce our speakers today?
Sure. So first, let's introduce our wonderful speakers for today. Today we have Dr. Anna Marshall from Global Programs, Victoria Van, Sima Ha that will represent Vietnam, Julian Low that will represent Malaysia, and me. I will represent Thailand. Beside the presentation, we also have some fun activities in between. So make sure you stay excited. In the end, we will have a Q&A session for you to ask our speaker if you have any question about the festival.
All right. So before we start, we would like to give you an idea of what exactly is this Lunar New Year celebration, and we put together a short video for you guys to really showcase that. So enjoy the video.
The Lunar New Year has typically been called the Chinese New Year. That's not wrong and it's not right. There's a whole nother group of Asian countries that also celebrate based on the lunar calendar. They're really warding off the evil spirits, which is the intention of the dance, to get rid of all the evil things that have happened in the year before and to welcome boldly the new year. They're not meant to be a lot of money. It sort of helps people say, you're part of my life. If you do present a red envelope, make sure you do it with two hands and that you use new bills. Because you don't want to put a ratty $5 bill in a red envelope. That would not be a good idea. Red is supposed to be prosperity, health. So if you ever went to a Chinese New Year dinner and you were wearing white or black, you should just go home and change. A lot of the celebratory components center around food, a lot of food. That's at the end of the celebration. It also closes off the Lunar New Year celebration. Understanding a little bit more of the sources of the rich culture that we have as a country, that's what really makes this country so incredible. It's a tradition that we get to celebrate here, even though most people who celebrate are halfway around the world. And to share it and share it boldly, I think is very, very special.
Oh, that was a really good video. That was really informative. As someone who celebrates Chinese New Year, that was really nice to see the common traditions, but also nice to see the different practices that each culture around the world also does. So now I would like to invite.
No commitment. With all this variety, you can move it in our clean and spacious.
All right. Thanks. So now I would like to invite Dr. Anna Marshall. She's a professor right here in Penn State, and she has a doctorate in Asian American Studies. She was also a previous Global Ambassadors Program Coordinator, and today she's gonna share a bit about the traditions of Lunar New Year here in Central Pennsylvania's Chinese American community. So over to you, Dr. Anna.
Thank you, Julia. I know Nafa will share my slides soon. And before that, just want to thanks to Wendy, Nafa, and Penn State Harrisburg's global ambassadors for inviting me to talk at today's annual Lunar New Year celebration. I just feel honored to be here today. And my topic is Lunar New Year / Spring Festival traditions in Central Pennsylvania. Next slide. As you may know from this picture, this Lunar New Year is the year of the ox, and tomorrow marks the first day of the new year. On this slide, I used to teach Chinese language, so how to greet others for New Year. The first version would be 新年快乐, Happy New Year, or you may say 牛年快乐, the first character or the character in the center of the slide with the white stroke, that is the character cow or ox. And interesting enough, cow or ox is pronounced as new. So almost the same pronunciation as new. So when you say Happy New Year, it's almost like happy means a happy, joy, right? Happy New Year, new. In the middle is new, means brand new. Also in Chinese pronunciation is cow. So you're almost saying happy cow year, happy ox year. So it was a very interesting pun to talk about. Next slide. In the West, people tend to call this Lunar New Year as the Chinese New Year because the earliest immigrants from Asia came from Canton, China. This festival is known as really the Spring Festival or Lunar New Year in Asia. It's one of the most celebrated and longest of all Asian festivals, marked by millions of people around the world. While the Lunar New Year originated in China, it is celebrated in many countries such as Vietnam, Korea, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, and also among the Chinese diaspora community around the world. And as you can see on the slide, all these pictures are celebrated in Central Pennsylvania. Many of our students perhaps remember this Chinese drumming from Penn State Harrisburg celebration by our local artists. And on the right, the Sunshine Dance Club. I was in that club for 2 years. We've been together for 15 years. I only had 2 years there, and then I get too busy and I dropped the program. But my friends always come to dance for many institutions, including Penn State and Lion Dance. Little Star Chinese School has 2 lions, and every year we celebrate. Our kids would perform, and we dance in different places. For example, in Hershey Chocolate World, and we do stage shows with martial arts and acrobat dances. Again, this is from Jose Johnson, or we have Nailing Chen Dance Company came to Central PA last year to dance for us. So the diversity of local artists, they just come together to celebrate for this particular holiday in this area. Next slide. Children is important part of the celebration. Children in the Little Star Chinese Language School showcase their academic progress of the year by presenting their talents and their songs and lion dances in different part of this community in different venues. For example, you may see a peacock dance right here by our students. And this is a performance of lion dance in the chocolate world, Hershey Chocolate World. This is our students' performance. They showcase on a board. And this is our students performing in Hershey Library. And this is a Dunhuan fairy dance by performed in a restaurant. And this is our students' lion dance. Afterwards, they all love to have pictures with lions. And those are teachers. I'm part of the Little Star Chinese Language School. I'm their director for academic programs, but I have been taking breaks since I started my PhD program a few years ago. My friends are very forgiving. They have my name in, but I haven't really done much. So this is, again, children, how they played an important part of our community celebrations. Next slide. At my home, 2 weeks, a previous slide, you missed one. 2 weeks before the Lunar New Year, my family and I would clean our house and then decorate our home. Fresh plants such as this is actually a picture from my own home. I just took them. For example, orchid, very popular bamboo, chrysanthemums, and daffodils are very popular New Year flowers. And my children and I would decorate our windows with paper cut Chinese character Fu, which means blessings. The paper cut character is placed upside down because the pronunciation of upside down is Dao, which shares the same sound for the word arrival. Therefore, when the character is hanging upside down like here, it indicates the arrival of blessings. And you can see my tablecloths, I use golden color, and flowers and decorations, red, and basically red and gold are good colors. And next slide. This picture is a feast prepared by my 2 children in 2019. They have certainly learned well from their mother about Lunar New Year traditions. So anyway, 2 years ago, they decided to cook a whole feast all by themselves. There are dumplings right here, wrapped like treasures. And this dish got a name called 招财进宝, meaning welcome treasures. Next to noodles, as you can see, there are noodles right here. I think my daughter made this one. It's called 长寿面. The Chinese character indicates longevity noodles. And you may see there are spring rolls, golden, fried golden. They look like golds, right? So a ton of gold, that's the name. 黄金万两 is the name of the dish from my daughter's writing. And you may not see the nameplate for this fish. Fish cooked head to toe is called 年年有余 because 鱼 pronounced fish had the same pronunciation of surplus. So when there's 年年有余 means every year there's a surplus. And you may see a lot of, orange tangerines, oranges, pomelos. those are also good luck decoration of fruit, because again, the pan played a role here. So for orange, the Chinese pronunciation is chen. It's the same pronunciation in Chinese for success. So lots of tangerines, oranges, or pomelos pronounces yu. Yu is also means again. The pronunciation means again, means continuous success. So this is the feast 2 years ago, and all those decorations, all the tables, all have red and gold, and to indicate a bright, a promising year ahead. And again, a tradition is I would give my kids red packs, red envelopes with dollars inside, not heavy, big dollars, but it's a way to say we are together and to celebrate. It's a tradition passing for thousands of years. And continue vibrant and lively in central Pennsylvania. Next one, I want to end with Lunar New Year traditions at Penn State Harrisburg. I organized the first Lunar New Year celebration in 2013 when I was teaching Chinese language here. Since then, every year we had a celebration. When I put the slides together, I retrieved old pictures which brought tears to my eyes. For example, on this slide, this is a Lunar New Year celebration many years ago, and top three, our top three fashion show winners. One is Kristen Sani. She's actually our African American student. She's currently in Florida, and our second place is this beautiful, handsome boy is son of our Indonesia graduate student. They have since returned home, and our third place is our graduate student from Turkey. She happened to wear my dress, and she's already in Turkey too. And those three cute boys are community kids. They came to perform for us, and now they are already older, much older than this picture. But anyway, this is a group shot of many of my our global ambassadors, our students from many countries, our staff and faculty who performed and joined the fashion show. So just a wonderful memory. Next slide. So meanwhile, I also want to point out Chinese students in University Park every year. They have celebrated in University Park too, CISA, Chinese Student Scholars Association. And last year, actually, councils of Consulate General in New York was about to make a trip, councils were about to make a trip to University Park to join CISA's celebration. Unfortunately, the celebration event was canceled due to COVID. But our Harrisburg celebration, again, really emphasize on diversity and intercultural learning. As you can see, this is last couple years, you might spot someone right here. Novel is right here, was performing Indonesian Malaysian dance. Amani's here. And this is another year's Indonesian Malaysian dance right here. Our host many years ago, our Korean global ambassador, our faculty who sing a folk song, our choreographer, artist came to our event, and Jose Johnson's martial arts team for many years to perform on our campus. All right, the very last slide is a celebration of last year. Thinking about it, last year we actually kind of in trepidation, we did celebrate. This is our group shot of a fashion show contestants from many countries and our hosts. And we also have Nighting Chen's dance company from New Jersey. They came to dance in on the Kokani, on the stage of Kokani Theater. It seems like just yesterday, but that was just a year ago, right before COVID. So all these events, just like all the events community artists host, is a way for us to celebrate our diversity, talents, our folk traditions, and is a way for us to foster intercultural learning and global understanding. And thank you so much for having me. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anna. That was a really good presentation. All the pictures are so nice, and I really hope next year we can finally get back to having a physical celebration. We can have all these events again. I personally have not been able to attend an event yet, so I really hope next year I'll be able to. All right. So I hope you guys learned a bit more about the Lunar New Year celebrated here in central Pennsylvania and in Penn State Harrisburg. So we're gonna test your knowledge on this. We're gonna have a short, really quick Kahoot, um, just to see where you guys are at in your knowledge on the Lunar New Year. Okay. Naufal, are you ready to show the Kahoot? All right. So if you guys could just go ahead, the game pin is right up there, 630-8725. Join in and then we can begin. Okay, we're gonna give it about maybe 1 to 2 minutes more, just for everybody to get signed in, and then we can start. Some interesting names. We have Snake, we have Firestarter, we have So-So, I know So-So. All right, I think that's about it. All right, we can start. Let's go.
The first question is, what determines the start of the Chinese New Year? The answer is the new moon of the first day of the new year. Winters in the first place.
True or false? All right. Is Lunar New Year only celebrated in China? Okay, come on. I think you guys know this. Okay, go on, come on, come on. Yes, all right.
Guys, we are correct.
Firestarters in the lead. All right.
What do kids get during Lunar New Year?
Oh, that's easy. Oh, you guys are doing pretty good. All right. Oh, okay. So this is a tricky one. How long does the Chinese New Year celebration last? Give me your best guess.
Ooh. 15 days.
15 days. Wow. Firestarters still in the lead. Wow.
Usually people celebrate Lunar New Year with, that's really
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
hard.
No. Oh, okay. Good question. Which of these acts are extremely important for the preparation of Chinese New Year? Oh, you guys seem to know your stuff. Good job. Good job.
According to tradition and legends, why is the lion dance performed?
Last question, guys. Come on, last question.
Wow.
Who's number one? Who's number one?
Number one is
Hey!
Firestarter.
Congrats, Firestarter. Good job, good job. But congrats to everybody actually, because you guys seem to really know your stuff, your knowledge on Chinese New Year. Good job, everybody.
That's awesome.
All right. That was a really fun Kahoot. I hope you guys you got your brain moving and thinking and ready for the next presentation coming up. So now we're gonna invite Victoria Van. She is from Vietnam. She's a freshman and she's also a global ambassador. And she's gonna share a bit about how people celebrate Lunar New Year in Vietnam. Over to you, Luna. Sorry, Victoria.
Okay, since Victoria is not able to attend the event because she's celebrating with her family right now, but she did send us a video. Here you go.
Hello everyone, my name is Victoria and it is my pleasure to be a speaker for our events today. Today I will talk a bit about the Vietnamese Lunar New Year and some food as well as the specialty during this Tết holiday. Vietnamese Lunar New Year is the most festive and busiest time of the year in Vietnam due to the amounts of preparation required. You can easily get a sense of Tết and joyful atmosphere just by watching street crowded with a lot of people busy with shopping and preparing in advance for Tết. On this special occasion, everything must be prepared carefully and early. To get for the holiday in accordance with the Vietnamese belief, you should clean your home, replace your outdated things with the new ones, and because you are going to stop all the work during the Tết, including household work, so you need to cook some food to prepare for you and for your family during the Tết holiday. Tết and the food play a vital role in worshipping the ancestor, reuniting the family, and receiving the guests during the first 3 days of the Lunar New Year. Preparing for these dishes required one to be meticulous and attentive to the tradition of your area. As Vietnamese people are creative in the kitchen, the selection of Tết food is rich and diverse, varying from region to region. We all know that the regional cuisines differ according to the climates and the local products. So in the southern Vietnam, the abundance of rice, fresh fruit, veggies, as well as coconut are reflected in the dishes of this region, which tend to emphasize the sweeter flavors. Sticky rice cake plays the same vital role in Vietnam and during this Tết holiday especially. However, year after year during the Tết holiday, the southern families enjoy this Tết cake differently from the northern ones. The only difference is the shape of the cakes, I believe. There is no difference in the taste and in the ingredients as well. The northern cake looks like a cylinder, which is called bánh tét, while the northern cake is in the square shape, which is called bánh chưng. According to the southern people beliefs, bánh tét is a symbol of a prosperous life. That is why it is considered as a New Year's specialty, although it is available throughout the year. Bánh tét is wrapped with many leaves on the outside, symbolizing the mother wrapping her child, bringing the Vietnamese desire to reunite on that. Not only that, the green pancake filled with yellow bean remind the farmers of their countryside as well as their wish of living in peace for the upcoming years. So now I'm going to introduce you something new about the southern version of the sticky rice cake. This is not well known by the foreigners. The sweet and vegetarian dish is called Sweden sticky rice cake with bananas. The Sweden sticky rice cake is the ordinary sticky rice cake, but filled with vegetarian ingredients like banana and green bean instead of pork. The southern people determined that eating sweet cake in the beginning of the year would bring you peace and happiness, and with abundance of sweetness throughout the whole year. So beside the sticky rice cake, there's another Vietnamese dish that I also love it the most during this holiday. It is the braised pork with egg and coconuts. This dish is popular and which is best cooked by the southern people. A true southerner would prepare a giant pot of pork braised with eggs, enough for the whole family to eat during Tet. In my personal opinion, I think Tet holds an especially important and significant meaning in the life of the Vietnamese people for many reasons. It is an opportunity for a family reunion to welcome a family members returning home after working apart all year round. Secondly, it is also an opportunity to visit acquaintances, relatives, and friends during the longest leisure time of the year. So my family and I also preparing for Tet, and right behind me is one of the most famous symbol of the Tet holiday in Vietnam. This is a type of flower. The name is the yellow apricot blossom, I believe. Actually, there's also a biological name which is Ochna integrima, and in the south we usually use this type of flower to decorate our house, but however in the north people often use the cherry blossom to decorate their house. So I think this is the end of what that I'm going to share, that I want to share to all of you about the Vietnamese Lunar New Year. I hope my share about the specialty in Vietnamese Lunar New Year helps you learn more about the Vietnamese culture, the perspective, and our traditional holiday. Thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.
All right, that was a great presentation from Victoria. Right now, I think we have a great fun activity. I will invite Josh to explain about the game for us.
So hi everybody. We have another thing to get you thinking a little bit. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Where's Waldo? It's the idea that you have a picture with a lot that's going on and you look for just specific things. In that case, it's Waldo, a very classic character. Now, we don't have Waldo for this activity. We couldn't find one that was Lunar New Year themed, but there's something very similar that's called Hidden Pictures. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into breakout rooms and we'll have a picture, and it will have on the bottom of it, it'll have little pictures that are within that picture. And the idea is that we should be able to use the annotate function, and everybody can circle when you find one of the pictures that you're supposed to find for that particular sheet. So I think it should be a lot of fun. So I think somebody's going to break us into breakout rooms, and then we'll continue from there. While we're waiting for that, has anybody actually done this before? Like a hidden pictures or something like that, where you're kind of like an I Spy? That's another very similar type of a thing, maybe that you did when you were growing up as a kid.
Hey, Julian, do you need me to put you in a room?
Yeah. I'm not sure why I suddenly got kicked out. Yeah, sorry. And I think I was in breakout room 2.
Okay, see ya.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna give it a bit of time. Let everybody slowly get back to the meeting room.
Did anybody get through all 3 sheets?
There were 3.
There were 3 total, but we all had like slightly different ones, so we almost got through 2 of them. We were really close.
Oh. All right. Is everybody back? Yeah, I think so. All right. Good job. at least for my group in Breakout Room 2, they did a really good job. They found everything in like 2 minutes, 1 minute. Yeah, good job, guys. Really good job, guys. All right, next we're gonna invite Natchaya, our co-host today. Actually, she's from Thailand, and she's also a global ambassador. In fact, she actually works in the same office as Naufal and Wendy in the Office of Student Life. So if you guys need any help as a student or just want someone to talk to, be sure to visit them in the office. And now Natchaya is gonna share with us a bit about how she celebrates New Year, the Chinese New Year in Thailand.
All right, thank you, Julian. I'll go. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Can you see my screen? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So today I would like to talk about Chinese Lunar New Year in my home country, Thailand. Thailand is a traditional Chinese immigration country. About a million Chinese live in the country, which is an important part of Thailand's multiculturalism. Because of its large population, it is no surprise that the Chinese Lunar New Year is a major festival in Thailand. And for the first time in history, the Thai government has just recognized Chinese New Year as a national public holiday for 2021. Previously, it was not counted as a holiday, even though the Thai people have embraced the festival happily, but it is now. This year, 2011, the date for the Chinese Lunar New Year in Thailand is tomorrow, on Friday, February 12th. The day of the Chinese New Year varies each year depending on the lunar calendar. It always falls in the month of January or February. The festival also signifies the beginning of New Year Zodiac year. And this year is said to be the year of the ox, just like Miss Anna said. On this occasion, Thai Chinese people greet with the phrase Xin Jie Yu Yi, Xin Ni Hua Chai, which means all your wishes come true this new year. I have heard this phrase like the most frequently in Thailand during this time. And another common expression for this occasion is Gong Si Fa Chai, meaning I wish you well. In Thai we say ขอให้ร่ำรวย The Thai Chinese people celebrate the New Year for 3 days. The first day, February 10th, it's called Wan Chai. They will buy sacrificial offerings such as chicken, pork, fruit, candle, stick, and many more to use in worship their ancestors. The second day, February 11th, which is today, in Thai we call Wan Wai. All members in the family will get together to pay respect to their ancestors and to show the gratitude. It is also a great opportunity to build a family relationship by spending time together. People will spend time at home and do nothing. And to guarantee good fortune, it is believed that people should not use sharp objects, should not do any housework or argue on this day. They eat a communal feast together in tribute to their ancestors. They also make a lot of traditional foods, although items like tofu are avoided because they are believed to be unlucky. And the third day, February 12th, it is a traveling day. In Thai we call Wan Tiao. So Thai Chinese people will put on night clothes and go on holiday or visit families and relatives. The traditions, it is the tradition that every family cleans the house to sweep away any unfortune in hopes and to make way for good incoming luck. Like on the eve of the Chinese New Year, the supper is the feast with families, like I mentioned before. Food will include such items like pork, duck, chicken, and sweet delicacies. The family will end the night with firecrackers. And on the day of Chinese New Year, children will greet their parents by wishing them a healthy and happy new year. The lucky money, they are typically given to the unmarried by the married, most of whom are children in red envelopes. In Thai, we call red envelope as ang pao. They also put brand new notes inside the red envelopes. Okay. The Chinese New Year is celebrated all across the country, but the biggest celebration takes place in Yaowarat, which is the Chinatown of Bangkok. It is one of the most popular gatherings for this festival, and major roads are cordoned off from traffic, and people can enjoy the exquisite cultural performances from China, dragon parade, lion dances, food stalls, selling Chinese food, lantern decorations, and the exhibition telling the story of Yaowarat Thai Chinese community. Another busy location for these celebrations is in Chiang Mai. I hope you guys have heard of Chiang Mai before. It is a city in the northern part. The events are focused around the Waro Lot or Kat Long Market by Ping River. And the festival features the dragon and lion dance, performance of Goddess of Mercy, a masked puppet show, Chinese opera, food stalls for Thai and Chinese food, and also the beauty pageant. Outside of China, Thailand is known for hosting the biggest celebrations for the Lunar New Year. It also draws a huge crowd of foreign visitors with its festive atmosphere, tasty food, vibrant cultural performances, and the happiness of people. And that marks the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, Nachaya. That was really interesting in Thailand. Yeah, I really like the pronunciations. Looking at the chat, I'm sure most of you guys also like the pronunciations. Good job, good job. All right. We're gonna switch things up a bit. And we're gonna go for a quick virtual tour of in the streets of Vietnam with Sima. She's also a global ambassador. She is actually from Vietnam, and she's gonna show us a bit of her country, the decorations in the streets and the traditions of her country. I just want to apologize in advance for the audio quality. It might be a bit hard to hear, so you maybe want to turn your volume up or down, just adjust it, but we tried our best.
Hi, so we're here studying. It's like Lunar New Year. So I want to tell you guys how me and my family celebrate. Usually we go out to this kind of market and we buy the kind of fruit trees that are home that will represent like Lunar New Year. Also, and on that day, people will actually eat together, gather together, and eat a bunch of food, a bunch of delicious food. And then after that, little kids, sadly I'm not little kid anymore, that I can get, that they will get lots of money, which will bring luck. So yeah, that's how I celebrate here.
All right, nice. I hope again, apologies for the audio quality. I hope you guys will hear
Yeah, I hope you
whatever she
enjoy the
said.
video.
Yeah, it was a good video. At least we got to see, something on the outside of just our rooms. It was nice. It was nice.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Next up is me, yours truly, Julian. I'm gonna share a bit about the Lunar New Year celebration here in not here, but in Malaysia. All right, which is Nafal. Can you share my slides and then? All right. Okay. I just want to preface by saying that this is going to be about how my family, at least, we celebrate Chinese New Year, like just our traditions. I'm not the most in tune with my Chinese culture, so I may not have like the really cool pronunciations of stuff. But this is just how my family celebrates Chinese New Year. Okay, next slide. All right, so what's the significance of Chinese New Year in Malaysia? As it was mentioned earlier, Chinese New Year, or the Lunar New Year, represents the start of the Chinese calendar. And in Malaysia, it represents a time for family to get together and feast. It's really important for the family to finally get together because we have a large amount of extended family members, and usually we don't get to see them throughout the year. So Chinese New Year is the one time where we have to make sure we come together and meet. We greet each other with by saying "Gong Hei Fat Choi," which is just a Cantonese way of saying "Gong Si Fa Cai." It just means to wish each other happiness and prosperity for the year. In Malaysia, the celebrations typically last for about a week. I know usually it would last longer in different places, but in Malaysia it will last about a week. And because Malaysia is a really multicultural country, so we have a lot of different races. We have the Muslims, we have the Chinese, we have the Indians, we have so many other races. So to us, a celebration or a festival like this isn't just for the Chinese. That's why we practice this open house concept where we can invite friends, family members, neighbors, anybody just come over and celebrate Chinese New Year together with us. Next slide. Okay, so one really important key element of Chinese New Year is the yisang. This is just a plate of different vegetables and ingredients, stuff like pickled cucumbers and noodles and stuff. This is really important. It's really key for every Chinese New Year and every celebration. We need to have it. And what we do is that basically we toss it. As you can see, you use the chopsticks and you mix it up together and you toss. And we actually play this kind of game where you have to whoever can toss the yisang the highest will basically have good luck, the best luck for the year. Next slide. This is my family for reunion dinner last year. Sadly, I wasn't there to celebrate it with them. I really miss them. But this is my family for reunion dinner. So typically, we keep our first night of Chinese New Year for reunion dinner with the family. Because my family has two sides, my dad's side and my mom's side. We would alternate, and we would have the reunion dinner first night with my mom's side, and then the next night with my dad's side. Next slide. Okay, this is really important. It's really key. If there's one thing you to take away from this slide is that we in Malaysia, we take our food very seriously. So as you can see here, we have yisang, we have prawns, and right at the bottom left there, it's not the most traditional. It's just how my family celebrates it. We eat nasi lemak, which is a Malay-based food. We do eat Chinese food, but I'm not sure why. It's just our tradition. We really like nasi lemak, so we have nasi lemak every year for Chinese New Year. Next slide. Ang pao. This is personally my favorite part of Chinese New Year. So ang pao is basically a red packet. We give it as a gift of money and a token of good wishes to each person. Usually, the married couple gives it to the unmarried recipients. It's typically seniors giving it to children. That's what it is. It just represents a symbol of good luck, happiness, and it's given during an auspicious occasion. So it doesn't have to be just Chinese New Year. It can be during a wedding for something. Yeah, but ang pao, really good stuff. Really good stuff. If you ever come to Malaysia, during Chinese New Year, I'll make sure you guys receive an ang pao. Next slide. Firecrackers. This is my second favorite part of Chinese New Year. That is actually me there on the left, playing with fireworks many years ago. I thought it was a pretty cool picture. It was shooting out of my hand. Kind of dangerous, but don't try it at home. Firecrackers and fireworks are usually played during Chinese New Year. They're used to scare away the evil spirits, or at least they believe it's used to scare away the evil spirits. In Malaysia, though, uh, we typically have fireworks every festival, and it's just a tradition to have it every festival. So whenever we hear fireworks in Malaysia, it signifies that it's a festival happening. It's the start of a celebration, and yeah, fireworks are just fun in general. I'm not sure how many of you guys have played fireworks, but it's really, really fun. And I think that's it. Next slide. Yeah, next slide. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. That's my right over there is a picture of my mom's side extended family during Chinese New Year. So we went back to her place to celebrate Chinese New Year. Thank you so much, and go ahead, Fachai.
Thank you for sharing, Julian. I think next we have a Q&A session, I believe. Here you go. Anyone have any question about the festival?
This is Hasan Kim. So I actually have one question. As I explained my student, in Korea, we also give out the money, but there is one thing they have to do ahead of time, which is they need to take a big bow to the elders. So there is a bow part to the elders before receiving the money. I'm wondering if other countries have the tradition, taking a big bow.
All right. Well, at least in Malaysia, I think it's just polite to do that, to take a bow. But usually, at least in my family, what we do, we don't bow, but we have to make sure that we receive the ang pao with two hands. If not, it'll be rude to just take it with one hand, But you always have to receive it with two hands, bow slightly, and thank the person who's giving it.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. I was just wondering when this tradition started.
So I can help answer this one. Do you mean the red envelope tradition, or the Lunar New Year tradition?
Lunar New Year.
Lunar New Year tradition traced all the way a few thousand years ago, according to calendar of Xia Li, called Xia calendar. This is a year about 4,000 some, so it's about 4,000 some years ago from China originally, then spread out in East Asia and South Asia. And of course, now diasporic Asian community around the world.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good questions, guys. Good questions. Anything else? Any curious thing? Doesn't have to be, about Chinese New Year. Just can be anything about our own country and stuff. Any questions?
Any questions or comments?
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My question is, are there some things that you were able to do back home that you weren't able to do like in America? Like some traditions that you guys miss?
Yeah, for students, I really feel sad this year we do not have a on the stage celebration. Traditionally, we try to keep the tradition. So we would invite community artists and students, global ambassadors would come together to celebrate. For past few years, for example, at Harrisburg, we had lion dance, we had martial arts performance, we had drummers, but this year, at least we have a virtual celebration. So we're grateful for that. And yeah, so I mean, not all the traditions, but some pieces here and there, we try our best to promote this folk tradition in central Pennsylvania. And the food too, yeah. Each family may have their own tradition food, but the red envelopes do continue in this, most immigrant families or first, second generation Asian American families. Hope I answer your question, Dara. Okay.
So I have a quick question for Julian on the one where you toss the food up. And the winner is the person who tosses it the highest. Does it have to land on the plate? I just wondered that.
I won't say it has to land on the plate. If you've done it before or if you've seen it before, it usually ends up in a huge mess all over the table. Yeah, because we're just gonna toss it and like however you want to do it. You can use your chopsticks, you can use your forks and spoons. Yeah. Basically what it means is that the higher you toss, the better luck you will receive for the year. So yeah, what we do is that we just try to toss it as high as we can.
Okay. And everyone did such an amazing job on your presentations. Thank you. I learned a lot.
Thank you. All right. Any other questions? Maybe one or two more questions?
All right. I think there's no question. All right. If there's no other question, I will invite Wendy to share our upcoming event that we'll have in the near future.
Great. Thanks, Natchaya. So in just 2 weeks, we are going to feature our African Coffee Hour event. We would definitely invite all of you back to learn about African culture, music, cuisine. We have a wonderful lineup of speakers, students, and staff. This will be hosted by, again, the Global Ambassadors along with the African Student Association. So we're very excited about this event. And I just want to send a special shout out to the students and faculty and staff joining us from other campuses. We would love to have you at our upcoming events throughout the semester. Thanks for joining us today. And next slide, we have our calendar for some of those events that we can look forward to. In March, we will celebrate the Persian New Year. And on April 1st, we will celebrate the Holy Festival. And then we will have an intercultural etiquette workshop for faculty and staff, but it will be hosted by our global ambassadors. So we look forward to seeing you all again at our upcoming events. We have a good semester planned, and they all take place at this time on Thursdays. So we hope to see you again. Thank you.
All right. And I think that's it. We can wrap up. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out and attending this Lunar New Year with us. We typically celebrate it with family, but because we're all away from family, sort of, at least most of us are, it's nice to have a virtual family here to celebrate with you guys as well. If you've heard the other events, please feel free to come and join. Everyone's invited. Doesn't matter where you're from, which campus you're in. If you made it here, you can make it for the other events as well. So feel free to come and join. Once again, happy Lunar New Year. And yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for your participation. Stay warm, stay safe, and Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah. Feel free to hang around in the chat, talk, or you can leave. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Great job, everyone. It was so nice.
Thanks, Cindy. Glad you could be here. I hope it was.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's why those cakes are like, I've gotten the moon cakes, and I didn't know there was a difference like between the north and the south, like that they were, they meant the shape meant like they were from a different part of the country in Vietnam and stuff. So yeah, it's really